welcome back to C1 Novel and Vocab Week 17. And this video is for our difficult phrases in the novel. Let's get started. Now, this is for cultural fluency. By becoming familiarized with different slang and colloquialisms from the novel that we don't know, students will be able to relate to the novel, really get Zoe's perspective on things, and incorporate these phrases to convey their ideas more precisely, which means you can use the phrases that we learned from the novel the way that you speak and share it with your other friends. Today we'll be going over A Crooked Kind of Perfect, pages 167 to 211 for week 17. And this is the final section of our book. We're finishing another book together, you guys. We're doing so great. I'm so happy. So let's get started. Please, if you don't already, go get your book. And let's turn to page 181 while I do that too. And then I'm going to start from the middle. It says, I'm sorry you missed Mona. Okay. It says, I'm sorry you missed Mona, I tell Mom. Missed me what? I turn to find Mona and Judy standing behind us. I hope they didn't see Mom's mirror trick. Missed hearing you play, I tell her. You were great again. Thanks, she says. You were great too. Awards aren't until 4 o'clock, Judy says. Mona and I are going to the Birch Valley Mall for lunch. You two want to join us? When Mom looks at me, I nod, and she pulls out her cell phone. Let me check with domestic affairs, she says. Page 182. And then she goes into the hallway to call my dad. So, what does it mean here when it says, let me check with domestic affairs, she says. This phrase is humorously and in a funny way referring to consulting and talking to someone in the family, usually meaning like a spouse, meaning your wife or your husband, before making a decision. Domestic affairs is a playful way to describe family matters or household decisions. The term here, domestic affairs, is typically referring to internal matters within a country usually. There's like a group in the government. But in this context in the book, it's used humorously to refer to family matters at home. It borrows the serious tone of governmental affairs to make a lighthearted reference to the household decisions. But why do we use these words, domestic and affairs? Domestic relates to home or family life, and affairs means matters or business. So by saying domestic affairs, it's saying that everyday family decisions to the level of importance to government business. So when can we use this? What are some examples? We can say, for example, before we plan the trip, let me check with domestic affairs to see if Dad's okay with the dates. So before planning that trip, let me check with Dad. Or you can say, I need to ask domestic affairs if we have any plans this weekend. Meaning, hold on, let me check with my mom and dad to see if we have any plans, and then I'll let you know. The next one, it says, let me check with domestic affairs about what we're having for dinner tonight. So if you say, like, if you're inviting your friend over, like, hey, Kimberly, what are you guys having for dinner? And I was like, hold on, let me check with domestic affairs and ask what my mom and dad are cooking. So again, here it says domestic affairs, and in the picture here I have a picture of a family and the word family there. So the next time you have a friend asking to come over, you can say, let me check with domestic affairs. And you can call your mom and say, Mom, can Kimberly come over? And then they say yes. Domestic affairs. Page 182. Let's go to page 182. I should really keep my book open. Let's go into the middle indent. It says, do you have a boyfriend? Everyone there? It says, do you have a boyfriend? She asked me. And the first thing that pops into my head is Wheeler. But Wheeler is not my boyfriend. Wheeler is a boy, and he is my friend. And I think he's cute in a messy kind of way. But he's not my boyfriend. I think all that. And then I think, how weird weird it is that I thought of Wheeler and not Colton Shell, who isn't my boyfriend either, but at least Colton Shell likes me. I mean, likes me. So here, likes me. Was this a typo in the book? Did they write the same thing 2 times? Sometimes like what we do on our essays? No. Likes me here is because it's trying to show emphasis. Also, likes me, the first one is in italics, which means the slanted font. Remember I showed you in a different video, but if this is your first video, I'll tell you again. This italics means the words that are slanted a little bit. So the first, likes me. This phrase is used to emphasize that someone not only likes the person, but has a romantic interest in them. The repetition with emphasis suggests deeper feelings than just friendship. So here she thinks that Colton Shell likes her, like a real, like he wants to be her boyfriend. The use of repetition with emphasis, often by italicizing the first likes me, is a way to stress the intensity or special nature of the feeling. It indicates that the liking goes beyond casual or friendly and suggests a deeper romantic interest. So here, she's just trying to hint that he likes me. Usually when we read this, our eyes get bigger. I mean, likes me. For example, we can say, she always helps me with my homework. I think she likes me. So it's not that she's just helping me, but I think she really likes me. Or, it's not just that we're friends, he likes me. I'm gonna say this phrase forever and ever. So basically, we're saying it 2 times to show emphasis and 2 times because she thinks that Colton Shell really likes her. Next, page 189. I closed my book again. 189. Let me start from except for me and Mona. Right here. It says, except for me and Mona, I say. Mom doesn't say anything. She is plugging, meaning she was still putting in the numbers for her formula to see who was first, second, third, fourth, or fifth place. It says, the Birch Valley Hotel and Conference Center ballroom is packed. So packed that Mom and Mona and Judy and me couldn't even find 4 seats together. So Mona and Judy went up front to sit with the floor, and me and Mom moved the ficus so we could sit on a windowsill. Every seat was filled. This isn't really like a hard word, but I just wanted to show you how crammed and how crowded that room was. So, and me and Mom moved a ficus, which is this little tree plant here, so that we could sit on the windowsill like this. So they're sitting on the windowsill. It's not a seat, but it's just to show you how crowded it is. And I'm sure they wouldn't be sitting like this picture with their socks off and looking at their cell phone. But they moved the ficus off of the windowsill so that they could both sit there. I just wanted to let you see and imagine and picture how crowded that room really was. Easy. Next one, everyone go to page 202. Don't you like my picture for this one? It says, let's start at the top. To Zoe, says Mom, who worked hard and played well. To Zoe, says Dad. He taps his glass against mine. To Elias, says Wheeler. His glass taps mine too. Mom and Dad and Wheeler take big gulps out of their glasses. I don't. I couldn't even if I wanted to. My throat has a lump in it. Are you going to cry, Elias? Says Wheeler. I shake my head. Everybody is looking at me. It feels weird. So, my throat has a lump in it, meaning she has a lump in her throat. What does that mean? Does that mean like there's something stuck in her throat and she can't breathe and she can't do anything? No. Here, this phrase describes the feeling of having a lump in your throat, usually because of strong emotions like sadness, anxiety, or nervousness, or you're just filled with so many different emotions. It feels like something is physically stuck in your throat, making it hard to speak. Because usually when you're about to cry, you're like, and you can't really speak, right? So you feel like you have a lump in your throat, or my throat has a lump in it. The sensation of a lump in the throat is a common physical reaction to strong emotions. It happens because of stress or a different emotion can cause the muscles to tighten up in your throat, creating a feeling like there's an actual lump in it, but there's not really. Here it's showing that their emotions are too strong and it's affecting their bodies. So how can we use this in real life? You can say, when I had to say goodbye to my friends, my throat had a lump in it. Meaning you're about to cry, like, I don't want to say goodbye to my friends. Or I got a lump in my throat during the sad part of the movie. You're like, and then a tear falls down. Or talking about my grandma made my throat have a lump in it. Because maybe she was sick and it just made you really emotional. So you're like, you can't speak. To have a lump in your throat. My throat has a lump in it. Has there been a time when you had a lump in your throat before? Next one, same page, and let me continue from where I was reading. It says, it feels weird, where I just stopped. It feels weird. They need to stop looking at me. How can I get them to stop looking at me? I have a toast, I say, to Wheeler, who worked hard and can burp upside down. Mom and Dad laugh. To Wheeler! We all clink our glasses. And then Wheeler raises his glass. To Mr. Elias, he says, who? And then we'll stop there. To have a toast. So does this mean toast? Does Zoe all of a sudden have a toast of bread like this? No, not that. A toast here, as you can see in this picture, with the context of the next few sentences of our book, it does not mean bread. Here, having a toast is a short speech made in honor of someone or something, usually accompanied by raising a glass and drinking. It's often done during celebrations or special occasions. So right here, everyone's celebrating someone's big win. So they have all their glasses. They're like, to Zoe, because she's such a great person. And everyone else brings up their glasses and says, to Zoe. And they clink their glasses together. But mine's tea. Here, it says, toast, originally referring to flavored bread, came to represent the act of making a celebratory or honorary speech while raising a drink. The tradition evolved, but the name stuck, so making a toast is synonymous, meaning the same, with a celebratory gesture, meaning they raise their glasses. So here, an example, we can say, at the wedding, I have a toast to the happy couple. So then they would get up and bring up their glass, and everybody else would raise their glass, and then they say, to the married couple, to celebrate. Or I can say, during the celebration, the coach said, I have a toast to our victory. Or we can say, before we eat, I have a toast to our family and friends. Just saying, let's make a little acknowledgement of everybody's good work. And then everyone clinks their glass. Ding, ding. And then they drink. Very nice. Next one. Page 210. But let's start from 210 at the very top. It says, my piano. I have goosebumps. You cold? Asks Wheeler. I'm okay, I say. Wheeler takes off his jean jacket. I've never seen him without his jacket on. He looks skinnier than I thought he would. Put this on, he says. I put it on, but it doesn't stop the goosebumps. Putting on Wheeler's jacket gives me more. Goosebumps. If you can see in this picture very closely, there are little bumps that are coming up from their skin. These are called goosebumps. But what does this mean? Having goosebumps are small bumps that appear on your skin when you're cold, scared, or feeling a strong, different type of emotion. It looks like the skin of a plucked goose. So the term goosebumps originally comes from the way that a goose's skin looks like after its feathers have been all plucked. When humans are cold or experience a different emotion, tiny muscles at the base of their hair follicles, where our hair is, it starts to rise, causing the hair to stand up and then creating small bumps on our skin also. So as you can see in this picture here, the hairs of this person's arm is also standing up. So it's just trying to visually compare the raised bumps on the human skin with the bumpy skin of a plucked goose. So here, with an example, we can say, I heard the spooky story, so I got goosebumps, meaning you got scared, so then you started to get these bumps up. Or the cold wind gave me goosebumps all over my arms. Or you can say, oh, the touching speech gave me goosebumps, meaning it was such a good speech. It also gave me a lot of emotion, so these bumps appeared. But it'll go away right away. So she was just, at first she was like, oh, my piano. She was filled with such good emotion, so she got goosebumps. And then when Wheeler put his jacket on her, she got more goosebumps, meaning, I think Zoe likes Wheeler. And that is all. We had a quite short video for today, but you can look through it again. So domestic affairs, meaning, let me check with home. Likes me with the word in italicized and having it repetitive, meaning they really like them. The next one is a ficus tree, like this plant over here, just to say that it was so crowded in the room, they had to move it and sit on the windowsill. Next one, my throat has a lump in it, meaning I'm so emotional, it's hard for me to talk. Next one, I have a toast, meaning I have something to say for this celebration. Next one, I have goosebumps, something scary or some kind of other cold or some other emotion making me getting these little bumps on my skin. And that is the end for our video. And I know what you're waiting for. The mission. Mission for week 17. Who are the performers that mom guessed would win first, second, third, fourth, and fifth place prize? So you have to write down 1 name, 2 name, 3 name. And if you remember in the book, there's an easy page that has all the answers in it. And then, did she guess correctly? You can say, yes, she guessed correctly for all of them, or no, she did not guess correctly. That is our secret mission. Be sure to write your class name and your answer on them so that I know who to go back to. And again, please, these 2 people, come find me. So now, what do we have to do? It is now for you to review and self-study. For contextual mastery, please review all the phrases again. Read it out loud, your turn. And instead of rereading the novel where these phrases come from, why don't you just read the whole section again? And then complete the novel homework. Thank you so much for joining me again for week 17. I can't wait to see you guys again in week 18. And that is all. Thank you so much and goodbye.